One of the fights that was hinted at a lot in the Marvel vs. DC book was the battle between Thanos and Darkseid. Yes, I'm well aware of the fact that Darkseid was created first. He's a Kirby character, therefore he's legendary. Thanos, created by Jim Starlin, is essentially a ripoff of Darkseid. Ironically, later, Mongol, who was made by Starlin, ripoff of Darkseid, ripoff of Thanos. So you have three characters that are all ripoffs of each other. Thanos, of course, has had a much shorter history in comics, but has had a tremendous impact. This is somebody who has died quite a few times. He currently is considered an immortal. As crazy as that sounds. Yes, before I get the whole thing, but Drax killed him. If you don't know the story of Drax, he was empowered by Kronos specifically to kill Thanos. He was a character created with one purpose: to be the one person who can kill Thanos. Crazy, isn't it? All the times Thanos has been destroyed, it's been relatively some sort of huge cataclysmic event. This is the person who's held the Infinity Gauntlet, the heart of the universe, cosmic cubes. This guy has done a tremendous amount. On the other side, you have Darkseid. Darkseid rules a planet. In order to have a non-aggression pact, actually swapped children with someone from New Genesis, with the High Father, in order to have a non-aggression pact. Whenever something really big and bad happens, this is when they bring in Darkseid. You know, Darkseid has been involved in things like the Crisis on Infinite Earths, Final Crisis, Our World's at War. He's had a lot of these really big moments. And he's often been shown to be destined to eventually take over the DC Universe. Or in other cases, he'll be defeated by his son Orion, and Orion will take over Apocalypse, which will still be an absolutely just dredge of a planet. Thanos' main villains, he fought a lot with the Legion of Superheroes, but predominantly he's been a Superman villain. Thanos' main villains have been, he's been the main villain of certain heroes, being people like Thor, Drax, the Infinity Watch every now and then, of the whole universe, Silver Surfer. So when I do these fights, I pick 9 criteria: intelligence, strength, speed, durability, this is how well you recover, invulnerability, fighting ability, energy projection, versatility, and X Factor, whatever that thing that is that's not fully covered. I also do not have prep. I don't. I always hated the idea that you can prep away any situation. If this were to have prep, it's Thanos by a landslide. Period. You know, the amount of prep work Thanos can do is ridiculous. It is. It is absolutely ridiculous. So, these two are going to, of course, fight in an absolutely neutral environment. You know, it's not, well, they'll fight the Infinity Gauntlet. The Infinity Gauntlet would help in the Marvel Universe, but not in the DC Universe. But if I have a Cosmic Cube, same rules apply. Cosmic Cube would work in the Marvel Universe, but not the DC Universe. Okay, they'll fight over the Green Lantern power battery. Central power battery. Okay. That would be really impressive, but there's no army, and you would have to essentially rig the power battery to work off the willpower of a different universe. Theoretically easier than trying to get the Infinity Gauntlets and all that to try to work, but it's not going to work out. So, these two guys are fighting specifically just for bragging rights. You know, which one is better, the original or the copycat? So we can first form with intelligence. Darkseid has got a very abstract way of looking at things. He's existed for a very, very, very long time. However, most of his plans have not been very successful. You would almost think that somebody who rules a planet, who essentially has one person who's close to an equal, that he would be able to take over Earth easily. But he doesn't want to. By now he should have ruled the universe. He really doesn't want to. Now I will throw this in. Yes, in Final Crisis he did find the anti-life equation which says Darkseid rules everything. So he controlled the vast majority of the DC universe. However, he had an oversight. That oversight was not taking Batman's utility belt and leaving Batman with a bullet that can kill gods. In the world of intelligence, leaving the device that can kill you in the hands of one of the most dangerous people should be the first thing on your list. Lord Darkseid, we captured Batman. Excellent, as I sit here in my pants. Did you take his utility belt? No, we didn't do that. You should probably do that. No, instead he was, I've got all this under control. Check out my awesome pants. I'm going to go sit on somebody's couch later on. Yeah, he thought he had won everything and had the oversight to not take away the bullet that would kill him from the guy who had access to the guns that could be used to kill him. And on the other side, Thanos, when he had the Infinity Gauntlet and decided to become the universe, entirely forgot the fact that he would need to have physical possession of the gauntlet in order to still have the power. They both suffer from the Kirby flaw. The Kirby flaw being that when a villain has it all, he has to lose it because he is not worthy of it. But at the same time, during the Superman-Batman run, Batman was able to mentally beat Darkseid. Yeah, Darkseid's been outsmarted twice by Batman. Thanos has actually outsmarted Mephisto. Thanos has also outsmarted Magus when he had access to all 6 Infinity Gems. Thanos has also been able to outsmart a clone of himself. That's pretty impressive when you can defeat an evil version of yourself. So I'm going to give the intelligence edge to Thanos. Thanos has bested some of the most intelligent creatures in the Marvel Universe. He has. When things go wrong on a grand scale, they go, yeah, we need Thanos. And Thanos, more often than not, already knows what's going on and is probably going to use it to his advantage. He is the one person who has destroyed and saved the universe more times than anybody else. Speed. Ironically, neither one of these two guys have been shown to have any sort of tremendous physical speed. I will probably give the speed advantage to Darkseid, just for if no other reason, he's in a universe where there are more speedsters. So it would make sense that he would naturally have a higher degree of speed. Fighting ability. Both these guys really aren't like, check out my awesome Krav Maga. You know, I don't picture them using Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You know, both these guys are scrappers. And these two guys are the two guys who both had to drag themselves up almost from nothing in obscurity to make their way to where they are. I'm going to actually probably give a fighting ability edge to Thanos. If for no other reason, the fights that Thanos has had, the people he's had to go up against, are very impressive. He's gone against people like Tyrant. Yes, Tyrant, the person who was the first creator of Galactus. I would put Tyrant up against almost anybody in the DC universe. He's also gone up against Odin. He's fought Thor on several occasions. And I'd probably say Thor is one of the most physical combatants and probably one of the most skilled physical fighters. Now we're at durability. Both these guys are gods. You have a god and a titan. However, one is granted immortality. The one granted immortality by death. Not to be nice, but to make sure that he would never get to have her embrace ever again. So, for the durability, I'm gonna give this to Thanos. Invulnerability, I'm going to remove the idea of the personal force field. I'm going to remove tech advantages from both these guys. No boom tubes, no teleporting, no Thanos chair, no personal force field. I'm well aware of the fact that he keeps one on him and it's charged by kinetic energy, but no. He's not going to have it with him. Thanos has, an occasion, and I'll never understand this, been shown to be able to bleed. I'm assuming it's people who really don't know how to write Thanos. But he is still comprised of flesh. Darkseid, on the other hand, is comprised of stone. Some people said he's the living embodiment of the rock that is Apocalypse. Energy projection. This is just the raw energy output you have. Crazy enough, you've got the Omega Sanction, which can do just about anything. And it's a very, very powerful ability. It's also heat-seeking. Thanos, on the other hand, metabolizes cosmic energy. So he has cosmic energy blasts, as well as a very skilled, high-level telepath. He also knows magic. So it comes down to who gets raw energy output, who gets versatility. I'm gonna go with the raw energy output. It's the Omega Sanction and it's Darkseid. So I remember thinking, alright, so we've got intelligence, we've got fighting, we've got versatility, we've got speed, we've got invulnerability, and we've got just the raw energy output. So what are we getting down to now? Well, now we're getting down to things like strength, X factor. It is getting down to somewhat of the nitty-gritty. So you've got intelligence, fighting ability, energy, just the amount of versatility. Other side, you've got you got the speed. This is what I wish I actually kept notes for now and then. You got the speed, you've got the invulnerability, and you've got the raw energy output, and you've got just the raw energy output. Strength. Both these guys have a tremendous amount of physical strength. I know it's kind of weird. Darkseid has been physically bested by Superman. Thanos, at one point I was physically bested by Thor, even though at that point in time Thor had the girdle, the shield, he had everything that he could possibly have to be almost like Uber Thor. And he was able to defeat a more empowered Thanos. For a strength advantage, we have the Thanos. So now we have to look back through exactly what hasn't been covered yet. We got intelligence, going to Thanos. We got fighting ability, going to Thanos. Strength, to Thanos. We've got speed, going to Darkseid. We've got the durability, going over to Thanos. We've got the invulnerability, going over to Darkseid. We've got the raw energy projection, going over to Darkseid. We have the versatility, going over to Thanos. Now it's that all-important X factor. If these two guys were to actually come to grips and were to actually have a massive fight with each other, who actually takes it? Currently it's It's 5-3. Thanos has got a tremendous advantage in this fight. If nothing else, he's had a shorter time in comics, but he's done so much more. This is the idea of someone like Apocalypse. Apocalypse, while he's been around for centuries, hasn't done anything. Darkseid's been around for a really, really long time. And people do the idea of, well, his machinations are, he's going to be around forever. He can think super long term. Well, from a logical standpoint, he could have taken over Earth before Superman was born. He could have taken over the universe before the Age of Heroes. We already know that in the future, there are still heroes, and there's more of them. So, yeah, analytic equation, yeah, that's great. He'll find out that eventually he does actually control everything. Okay? That is the DC universe. On the Marvel side, Thanos has controlled the universe. He's destroyed it. He's brought it back. He's done a lot of work. Ironically, he at one point in time even found out that the revolving door between the resurrections and death was supposed to have been closed. Didn't happen. So that X Factor, who really actually wants it more? I will actually give the X Factor to Darkseid. Thanos really wants one thing. That's to have Death love him. Thanos, that's it. He wants to be defeated. He wants to put up the best fight that he can, and if he's taking on someone who he thinks can defeat him, he will probably go, alright, you know what, this guy can finally kill me, I can be at peace, I don't need to exist anymore. That doesn't mean he's going to lay over and just die. He's going to put everything he's got into this fight. Darkseid, probably fighting someone like Thanos, will be taken to his absolute brink. Now, we've seen him in the past get beaten by Superman to the point that he thought he was blind. No, his eyes were swollen shut. At the end of the day, Thanos would prefer to be killed by Darkseid. I just don't picture it happening.